Hey Raider Nation, how you guys doing after this shitty ass loss? Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Jones. Phil Robinson doesn't even need to join me on this one because I'm about to just go off. I mean, this was an embarrassing loss by the Las Vegas Raiders. You come back off the bye week, you come home, and you literally get embarrassed. I mean, you got your asses waxed. And I'm just going to go right into detail with the one. First, it's a lot of things that transpired to this whole ass whooping. And I'm just going to say this. Raiders on defense. My God. This defense is atrocious. Paul Guenther needs to be fired. He should have been fired long ago. The play calling that he's shooting out there, he's giving to these players, it's not working. It's not cutting it. It hasn't been cutting it for the past 3 years. And this is why this defense is not looking at a top 15 or top 10. This defense has always been bottom of the barrel. They've always been in the 20s. Even going back to when he was at Cincinnati, he's always had a low-end defense. That's why I just don't get when folks always want to say, "Oh, Paul Guenther's defense, we can probably be a top 10. We add this, and this." No. If you can't coach, then all the talent that you have in front of you means nothing. I'm going to say this. The Raiders do have talent in front of them. They have a poor coach. A poor coach. He has no business coaching. And then there's some folks that are going to jump and say, well, if you fire him, then we're stuck with Rod Marinelli. I'm going to tell you this. Just because you're stuck with Rod Marinelli, that's not coming from Rod Marinelli. Who's in control of the defense? That's Paul Guenther. And if Paul Guenther's in charge of the defense, then what do you expect? That everybody's going to follow into what their coach is telling them what to do. All Rod Marinelli can really say is, look, man, you got to try to find a way around it. You got to do this, and this. He can't really say what he wants to do. Because then you're going behind the coach. They need to get rid of Guenther. Let Marinelli do what he does best and see where we go on from there. But right now, Guenther is not the answer. And I'm coming out and saying this right now. I don't care if I hurt a fat motherfucker's feelings. But Trent Brown, everything, and I'm going to say this with this game. I know it seems like we're just going with the pointing finger party. But, I mean, at this point, you look at it, you're like, damn, it was you. No. You getting caught up with, not wearing your tracking device for COVID-19. You put a lot of guys at risk. Guys weren't able to practice the entire week. Your offensive line had a problem today. You not being out there on that right side played a part. Carr would have got things done a lot better than what he was doing out there. If he had protection right there on that side, you might have been able to run the ball a little bit on that side. The chemistry was thrown off this week. And if you haven't played, I'm going to tell you this. A coach can say, we got to shake it off and move on forward. I'm going to say this. You can say that, but deep down inside, it doesn't. You got a young team, and it's not going to shake off of them right away. You have guys being exposed to a teammate. Like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? You mean to tell me you're going somewhere you wasn't supposed to go? Why are you taking it off your tracker? The team's trying to call you, figure out where you at. And then you go and continue to do the same shit over and over again. Like, you put us at risk. You put Rodney Hudson's wife at risk. You put everybody else's family members at risk because of your stupidity. That throws off a chemistry. With something that is so huge that is going on right now, you have thrown off the chemistry of this team. Almost like a cancer. And it's starting to show. It's starting to play that ripple effect. You end up losing arguably your best defensive player, Jonathan Abrams, and happy birthday. Sucks that you couldn't play on your birthday today. You probably would have went all out. And lo and behold, you missed your own you missed the game that you could have went off on. You could have set the tone for that defense. And I'm going to say this. Having Abrams out there, even though the defense is not hot, when he sets the tone, his presence is felt from both sides of the field. On our defensive side of the field and the offensive side, who we're facing. Because when he hit some damn running backs, them running backs are like, oh shit, I'm not ready to run again. He went up against Gronkowski. I'm going to tell you this, Gronkowski would have been looking a little sluggish getting back up. He lights a fire under that defense. That's what I'm saying. Having him miss out today, it played a problem. And for the love of God, if I see Nevin Lawson out there covering Rob Gronkowski again, if I see him out there even on defense again, because he's the poor man's DJ Hayden, I'm going to lose my shit. To be honest, I don't even know why we even kept him. You activated a guy in Dylan Mabin. You should have saw what you had in him. He's actually taller than Lawson and actually faster than him, and he can tackle better than him. So my whole thing is this. Why did we not see him? Why didn't we see Isaiah Johnson? Going up, you could have had him line up against Mike Evans, a bigger receiver, and you could have had Trayvon Mullen focus on Godwin. Paul Gunther on this defense, the rotation is out of whack. He does not know what he's doing now. And I'm going, and coming back to thinking about it, I honestly think that Marinelli really helped him with that game against Kansas City 2 weeks ago. I've came to that conclusion because I went back and saw Paul Gunther from week 3 and week 4. Johnson did play today, but he played on special teams. Why are you not putting him out there to start? You drafted this guy in the 4th round, and you're not giving him a chance. And then I'm also saying, and the thing about it, the reason why I'm screaming for this, because we end up seeing guys like him go to a different squad, and the man looks like, damn, he looks like a top 15 corner. Yeah, Nixon had a groin injury. So that was one of the reasons why we didn't see Nixon today. He'd been lingering during practice all week. Man, this is frustrating. I can't. And look, granted, I did see a few things. I'm gonna say this on offense. I did see a few things Carr missed, but you know what? Carr went back out there and said, "I'm gonna try to run and make something happen." So, Carr, go and put your book bag on. You can go home. You are excused from this ass chewing, in my opinion. I know there's some others that probably say something else, but the offensive line just not having that push, it played a part. I mean, you're rolling with Miller, Good, Hudson, Gabe, and then you're not having Brown. Oh, wait, that's right. The reason why we didn't have a solid push, our O-linemen couldn't practice today. Excuse me, they couldn't practice all week. And you ain't really what are you going to really accomplish with one practice if you have it on Saturday? Nothing. You're honestly not going to have anything there to accomplish. And I'm going to tell you this, a prime example of this shit, you go back and look at what happened with Cleveland the week before. They got their asses waxed too because they couldn't practice because some bullshit with COVID. But knowing the information about what has happened with Trent Brown, I'm putting a good him and Paul Guenther's defense. I'm putting that shit on them. I really am. You threw off the chemistry for your teammates. You kept, because of your action, you kept teammates not being able to practice out there on the field and get work in. Paul Guenther going back to playing, coaching like a dumbass, and this is what you get. And then, you know what? I'll add on offense right here. I'll go on and say this. Those drops by Nelson Aguilar, damn. What the wow. One guy, he had some drops. He had 3 drops in one game. And I'm going to say this, that right there, that was ugly. He had to score, but then afterwards, it was just like, he went back into being a dropping machine. And wow. I think after that one drop, he let it bother him psychologically. And I'm going to say he needs to get himself back together. He is a good receiver, and he's shown up plenty of times. Yeah, one was high. I'll see in the stats if they put it against him, or if that was on, if that one that was high on Carr. I'll go back and look at that. But still, this defense, man, this defense was terrible. But I'm sorry, those actions that Guenther making on defense, it's frustrating because you have guys that can dominate and gain success. I'm going to be real here. It seemed like, and I go back to something that was said during the offseason, Guenther was holding back his defensive linemen from pursuing the quarterback. And I'm starting to wonder, is he going back and doing this from time to time in games? And the other thing, why the hell did you have Cleveland Farrell drop back into coverage? No, let him rush. This should have never had him doing that. Just stupidity. And then I'm getting stuck with these midgets out there, these short corners, these short DBs out there in coverage, and it's ugly. Joyner getting beat by Scotty Miller. Like, if you saw how Joyner was chasing after Scotty Miller, that was pathetic. That tells you Joyner is not fast enough to be in a nickel corner. You look at Nevin Lawson. Why are you still in your back pedal? Break out of it. Nevin, he just got abused all game. And we still let him. I would have said, screw it. Let me see what Isaiah Johnson can do. But Nevin Lawson got abused. Physically, mentally abused. Malik Collins, I'd rather see him inactive. I would have rather saw David Irving out there, because Malik Collins, he showed up on one play and that was it. He gives you one good play and then you don't see him for the rest of the game. It's just pathetic. I feel like they have Littleton out of. I feel like they got Corey Littleton out of place. I feel like they have a handful of guys out of place. So if I'm John, I just got my ass beat 45-20 by these assholes in Tampa Bay. Somebody got to go. Something needs to get done now. You know what? Anyone besides Hurst touch Brady? Crosby got to him a little late, but I mean, Hurst was the best one that got the pressure on him. So, okay, what the fuck happened with Gabe Jackson bullshit call? He did nothing but try to pull off a player. Yes, that's basically what happened. But they're trying to say what the ref was trying to say, and I hate this shit because I've seen it before. They're trying to say how Gabe Jackson went down to the ground and he shoved them off. They said they're trying to say it was the intent to do harm to the other player. Whereas if Gabe had stood up and pulled him off of him, it would have been a different story. They wouldn't have gone and hit him with the ejection penalty. It's asinine. You know, Cleveland early on was not invisible. It's whatever the play calling was that Gunther had him doing, had him staying home, had him dropping back in the coverage. You're going to be invisible. But early on, he wasn't. Nassib wasn't really invisible until you had Nassib going and playing linebacker. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Not with that bad big ass toe. I haven't even checked the snaps yet, Jay. I'll get a look at it probably later tonight. But this was a travesty for a game. This game was downright despicable. This was something I would have expected out of the Washington football team. And they won against Dallas today. This was terrible. This was a game that at a time it was 24-20, and then it just fell apart. It fell apart. Yeah, people got to bring the expectations down. I'm not going to say everyone. There are a few that thought that, oh, this is going to be an easy game. This is not going to be an easy game. You're going to have to fight. And to be honest, with the way the league is now, there's no easy game. You go into Cleveland, Cleveland's going to be a tough one. Their tight ends are going off. And we can't cover the middle of the field. They still got Jarvis Landry, Higgins. They got Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt might want to kick the shit out of one of our players and just run all over our asses. Baker Mayfield, he can be an escape artist if he wants to in that game. It's going to be difficult. Denver is going to be difficult too. The Colts, I can go. The Chargers going to be difficult. I can keep going on and on down the list. Everybody listening to all these bullshit analysts saying that, oh, you now have the easiest schedule. Nothing is easy and nothing is given in this league. Nothing. But I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to want to win, you got to get rid of Paul Gunther because this motherfucker is not the answer. I know I'm dropping F-bombs today because I'm looking at this defense and it's pathetic. It's pathetic. We heard no excuses, no excuses. This is an example of no excuses. Your ass need to go. I've just had enough of this shit. I know you guys have. This is getting disgusting. We're now giving up 45 points a game. Wait till it happens again next week. This defense is not cutting it. John Gruden with the offense, you got to figure out other strategies. I'm also going to say this with John. What the fuck happened to the aggression? You get down there, it looked like you wanted to go back to being conservative. My whole thing is, why did you even try to rely on Gunther? You like, we're going to kick the field goal. I have hope in Paul Gunther right here. That was the biggest mistake you ever made right there. Relying on Gunther to get the job done. You can't rely on him. Like this I got a headache from this. It was so many things I saw where guys were there in the beginning. I'm like, why are you not jumping in front and picking this off? I say, fourth quarter? I think fourth quarter. Morrow had a chance to get an interception over Gronkowski. And he just sat there and looked at it. What are you doing? Guys were there to have a chance to get a turnover on defense. I'm going to be looking at this tape again because this tape, I'm going to be real, it exposed us. It exposed us big time. Not just, No, I'm going to be real. I got a message here. Somebody said that tape is going to expose us, not just on defense, but offense as well. So, I don't know why people are blaming Carr in this game because I can't really blame him. I can't really blame him. And shit, he got hit in his damn nuts. The man, I was feeling for him on that one, man. Shit. I can't put nothing on him. The running game, John Gruden got away from the running game. It wasn't working. I don't know why they stopped running it inside. They could have found a way. I mean, he was going high and low. Then Aguilar's dropping passes. So I'm not going to say he was playing lights out in this game, but he was playing good in this game. But I can't put anything all on him. I can't. Yeah, and they were driving downfield. Those intermediate passes, they were driving downfield and getting the job done. But I'm going to tell you this, would stall those drives. If I see Brandon Parker out there on offense, I'm going to strangle that damn buttercup. You see where I'm at right now? Brandon Parker has no business playing football. Oh. Legal formation on 75. God, he's got to go. You had a better shot of going with, I'll say before the ejection for Gabe Jackson, you could have went on and put Simpson back at left guard and had good play right tackle. And Sam Young, it's like every damn game he getting hurt. My leg, my knee, my hip, my ass, my back, my neck, my foot, my balls, everything hurt. Like, seriously. Who the hell hype? Yo, did somebody hype up Sam? Who hyped up Sam Young? Because somebody was like Sam Young was going to be a beast. Sam Young is, yes, tied the walking injury report. The walking injury report. Hey, I know somebody know who hyped up. Somebody hyped up Sam Young. Somebody said Sam Young was going to be a backup and a beast. I gotta find that tweet. Somebody back during the offseason hyped up Sam Young. I looked at Sam Young. I said, Sam Young looked like if I call for him, he's going to die. He is, yes, the walking injury report. I looked at the injury report one of the weeks. They said it was his knee and growing. Then it went from knee growing to hip. I'm like, damn, man, you like a busted up Lego toy that won't stay together. Shit. Anywho, look, Raiders got to go back to the drawing board. This game was an embarrassment. They need to figure out what went wrong, and they need to figure it out fast. Going into Cleveland, Cleveland has a high-powered offense. They do have a decent defense. And I'm just going to say this. I'll say one more thing. The fact that some of you guys thought that Tom Brady's arm was done, man, well, y'all wrong. That arm was not done because he was tearing our asses up. He tore Neville Lawson's ass up plenty of times. He tore up Joyner's ass plenty of times. I'll be real. Mullen did a good job holding down Mike Evans. He did have a couple times where he was about to get beat, but other than that, he really took care of business. Nah, Jay, I'm gonna say this. Even when people were saying, even if he didn't have pressure in his face, that arm was done. That arm ain't even done. That avocado ice cream eating mofo, that man still has an arm, and it looks like he got a good 2 years left in that arm. He ain't done. He ain't done by a long shot. Even with pressure. I'm going to say this. I went back and looked at some of the games. I was like, damn, why are everybody saying that Tom Brady's arm is gone? Because it's not gone. It not by a long shot. But anyway, I'm going to go and wrap this up. I'm irritated as hell. I got to listen to John Gruden's bullshit excuse that he gives Paul Gunther. I'm going to rip the rest of my hair out. All right, you guys take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Remember, I'll be back on tomorrow evening for the Unfiltered Truth. Me and Phil Robinson will be on from 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific on IE Sports Radio. Give us a subscribe on YouTube, the Unfiltered Truth page. If you guys missed any of the shows, recaps, you guys can go back on that page and watch it, rewatch it. Y'all got to bear with me. I'm just really pissed with this game. This game has just left a sour taste in my mouth. And like I said, it's not just on one person. It's on a whole bunch of folks. It's on coaching with Gunther, Trent Brown's stupidity, in my opinion, not wearing his tracker and putting guys at risk, and getting away from certain play calling on Gruden, and Aguilar dropping balls. So, it was a whole bunch of things. So Y'all take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your evening.